If you've been through narcissistic abuse, you might be doing some strange things at home without realizing they hurt your mental and emotional health. These behaviors often appear when you're trying to cope, but actually keep you stuck in the cycle of abuse. Today, we'll talk about 7 common habits victims often have, like people-pleasing, feeling numb, avoiding decisions, or sudden mood swings. Recognizing these can help you start healing. If you notice these in yourself, it's important to stop and get support. You deserve peace and happiness beyond the abuse. One strange behavior that victims of narcissistic abuse often show is either extreme people-pleasing or suddenly withdrawing from others. After living with a narcissist who controlled or criticized them constantly, victims sometimes feel like they have to keep everyone happy to avoid conflict or rejection. This can lead to saying yes all the time, even when they don't want to, and ignoring their own needs. It's exhausting and can make them feel invisible or unimportant. On the other hand, some victims react by pulling away completely. They might avoid talking to people, stop sharing their feelings, or isolate themselves. This withdrawal is a way to protect themselves from getting hurt again. While it might feel safer, it often leads to loneliness and a sense of being disconnected from others. Both behaviors come from a place of trying to cope with pain and fear, but neither extreme helps in the long run. People-pleasing drains your energy and makes it hard to stand up for yourself, while withdrawal cuts you off from the support you need to heal. The key is finding a balance, learning to set boundaries, speak your truth, and take care of your own needs without feeling guilty. If you notice yourself doing either of these, know that it's a sign you're trying to protect yourself, but it's okay to start making changes. Healing means being kind to yourself and slowly reclaiming your voice. After experiencing narcissistic abuse, it's common for victims to become hypervigilant or overly cautious. This means being constantly on edge, always watching for signs of danger or conflict, even when there's no real threat. Your mind stays alert all the time because you've been conditioned to expect manipulation, criticism, or emotional attacks. This feeling of walking on eggshells can be exhausting. You might find yourself double-checking what you say, avoiding certain topics, or carefully managing your actions so you don't upset anyone. It's a way your brain tries to protect you from getting hurt again, but it can also make daily life feel stressful and tiring. Being so alert all the time can stop you from relaxing or trusting others, even in safe situations. It can also make it hard to be yourself because you're always worrying about how people will react. If you notice this in yourself, it's important to remember that you're no longer in danger, even if it feels like it. Healing means learning to feel safe again, slowly lowering your guard, and giving yourself permission to relax. It's okay to take small steps toward trusting yourself and others. You don't have to stay on high alert forever. If you've been through narcissistic abuse, making even simple decisions can feel overwhelming. That's because narcissistic abuse often chips away at your confidence, leaving you doubting yourself constantly. You might find yourself second-guessing every choice, wondering if you're doing the right thing or worrying about what others will think. This chronic self-doubt makes even small decisions feel like huge challenges. This happens because narcissists manipulate you to feel powerless and unsure of your own judgment. Over time, you might lose trust in yourself and rely too much on others' opinions, even when it's not healthy. It's like your inner voice gets drowned out by fear and confusion. This behavior can keep you stuck, making it hard to move forward or set boundaries. But it's important to remember, your feelings and choices matter. Building decision-making confidence takes time, but it starts with small steps, like trusting yourself on little things and reminding yourself that you have the right to say no or choose what's best for you. If you catch yourself constantly doubting or avoiding decisions, try to pause and ask, what do I really want? You deserve to feel secure in your own mind, and healing means reclaiming that trust in yourself. One common way victims of narcissistic abuse react is by becoming emotionally numb or shutting down. When someone has been hurt over and over, their feelings can get overwhelming. So, to protect themselves, they might stop feeling much at all. It's like their mind and heart go into pause mode to avoid more pain. This numbness isn't just about being quiet or calm. It's a way the brain copes when emotions feel too big or scary. Victims might seem distant, tired, or like they don't care, but really they're just trying to survive emotionally. Shutting down can also mean avoiding conversations or situations that bring up bad memories or feelings. While this might help in the short term, it can create bigger problems later. When you shut down, it's harder to connect with others or to heal from what happened. It can feel like you're stuck inside your own head, unable to move forward or even understand your own feelings. If you notice yourself feeling numb or shutting down, it's important to be gentle with yourself. Healing takes time, and it's okay to ask for help, whether that's talking to someone you trust or a professional. Slowly opening up to your feelings again can help you start to feel alive and connected once more. If you've been through narcissistic abuse, you might find yourself feeling irritable or having sudden mood swings that don't seem to have a clear reason. One moment you're okay, and the next you're frustrated or upset, even over small things. This can be confusing, especially for those around you, but it's actually a common way victims' emotions show up. Living with a narcissist often means constantly walking on eggshells, trying to avoid their criticism or anger. This creates a lot of stress and anxiety inside you, even if you don't notice it all the time. Over time, all that tension builds up and comes out as irritability or mood swings. Sometimes it feels like your emotions are on a roller coaster you can't control. It's important to understand that these feelings aren't just you being difficult. They're signs your mind and body are still reacting to the abuse. Instead of being hard on yourself, try to recognize these moods as a signal that you need rest, self-care, or maybe support from someone you trust. Learning how to calm these feelings takes time. Simple things like deep breathing, journaling, or talking to a friend can help. Remember, healing isn't about instantly fixing everything. It's about being patient and kind to yourself as you recover. One common behavior that victims of narcissistic abuse often show is avoiding certain topics or people. After being hurt or manipulated, it's natural to want to stay away from anything that might trigger painful memories or uncomfortable feelings. This might mean changing the subject quickly when certain topics come up, or steering clear of people who remind you of the abuse or make you feel unsafe. At home, you might notice yourself shutting down conversations or feeling tense around certain family members or friends. This isn't about being rude or distant. It's a way your mind and body try to protect you from more harm. But avoiding things too much can also make it harder to heal. It can stop you from dealing with your feelings or getting the support you need. If you catch yourself always dodging certain subjects or people, try to be gentle with yourself. It's okay to take space and protect your boundaries, but also consider reaching out to someone you trust or a professional who can help you face those tough parts safely. Remember, avoidance might feel like safety, but healing grows when you slowly open up at your own pace. You deserve to feel safe and understood, and it's okay to take small steps toward that. Sometimes, people who have been through narcissistic abuse develop low self-esteem, but it doesn't always show the way you might expect. Instead of seeming sad or unsure, they might come across as arrogant or overly defensive. This is actually a way to protect themselves from feeling weak or vulnerable. When someone criticizes them or asks personal questions, they might react strongly or act like they're better than others. It's like putting on armor to hide the pain inside. This behavior can confuse the people around them because it looks like they're full of confidence, but deep down, they might be struggling with feelings of worthlessness or fear of being hurt again. It's a defense mechanism built over time from constant criticism or emotional abuse by a narcissist. If you notice this in yourself, try to be gentle with your feelings instead of pushing others away. Remember, you don't have to prove your worth to anyone. It's okay to be vulnerable and ask for help. Healing means breaking down those walls and learning to believe in yourself again, without needing to hide behind arrogance or defensiveness. It's a slow process, but every small step toward self-kindness matters. You're worth more than the pain you've been through.